loss. Let's talk Guardians, though, for a second. Travis Bazzana, of late, has been everything you could have hoped for when the Cleveland Guardians took him with the number 1 overall pick in the MLB draft 2 years ago. Among American League second basemen with at least 80 plate appearances this year, he's first in batting average, first in on-base percentage, fifth in slugging, second in OPS, third in stolen bases, and first in whatever plus WRC is. I believe it's runs created.
Yeah.
Look at me knowing my baseball
Weighted
runs created.
I thought that just said WKYC.
No, he is number 1 in our hearts, though, and you can check out the next Guardians game on WKYC at some point. But, Jason, Bazzana was late to the party in terms of the guys who got called up from his draft class, but since he's been called up, he has been just about everything the Guardians could have asked for and then some.
Yeah, the question, I was a little confused. I
put the question because it didn't fit what I wanted to write on there. But what do you make of Bazzana so far? Has he lived up to the hype, and what is his ceiling?
I mean, it's too early to say what his ceiling is, but he's lived up to what you hoped he would be by the number 1 pick. And there was pressure, I think, mounting on him. I don't know if he felt it or not, but just when you look at all these other guys who came up last year, I mean, Nick Kurtz could be an MVP candidate, the first baseman for the A's. When you look at him and say, well, he could have been a Guardian, and Jack Caglione with the Royals, and Weatherholt's off to a great start with the Cardinals. And so when you see these other guys leap at him and get to the majors faster, that's where I think a lot of the frustration came from. But Bull and I said multiple times, he doesn't have to be the best player. Like, it's so hard when you're the 1-1 pick. Of course, you want to be the best player in your draft. You just can't miss on it when you've got all these other guys that are making such deep contributions already. You just can't totally whiff on the pick, and so you just hope that he's going to come up and he's going to be a high-level contributor. And if so, then you live with it. And certainly he's been that, and more to this point. You didn't really know what to expect at times because, like I said earlier in the show, he had some injuries last year and he didn't have great numbers in the minors. And you're kind of looking at going, okay, well, you hope that they got it right. And second base isn't normally a premium position. It's not really a position that you use a first pick in a draft on. A lot of times it's a pitcher or it's a slugger. It's not really a second baseman. So could he have MVP level potential? I don't know. Dustin Pedroia won MVPs in Boston. And Chase Utley was an MVP player with the Phillies. So, sure, I think you could say he's got that type of upside, but I don't want to put that kind of label on him this early into his career. I'm just happy that he looks like he belongs. He's not overwhelmed by it. He's not overmatched by Major League pitching, and it looks like he's here to stay.
Yeah, I don't know eventually what the accolades will be, right? And I don't know what the discussion will look like in 2 years with him versus those other guys that they could have taken atop the draft. But he's been really good for this Cleveland Guardians team. And what this Cleveland Guardians team needs and needed is an influx of guys that can hit. They need young guys who are under contract who can contribute. He's ahead of schedule. So he's been contributing. I think there's enough upside and versatility there that they continue to think he's going to be a good player, probably a great one. What all comes with that, I don't know. But he has made this team better. And we all feel better about where this team is headed than we did 3 weeks ago when he was in the minors.
I think his ceiling is he can be a really good dynamic leadoff hitter. That'll be a good fielder, but still has enough speed, tools, will develop some power. And pretty soon he'll get to a point where at second base, if you can get a second baseman with some pretty good power, a guy that can run a little bit, and a guy that has a really good average that can put the ball in play. I think that's a nice ball player. So for me, I look at it trying to see what he's going to do in the one hole to see if they'll put him up there. And for me, it's just like you take a look at it. It's 3 years. You can't really just project baseball dudes like that. Like, baseball is so many games, and it's like, he could be hot right now, and his upside is Chase Utley, but then he can fall off and be like, he's not balling right now. So to me, I think it's a very, he just got here, 288, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. I like what I see. He'll get better as a fielder, but I just like that the Guardians have kind of turned the page and have actually started to come on board with playing prospects. They're actually playing not just one. They used to use hey, we got one guy up now. So you got 2 or 3 young guys that you're playing now? Yeah, I'll take that. That's what I'll go for.
He's good. He's fun to watch. His swing is, as Bo said, it's a little unconventional, but effective.
I don't think he thinks it's unconventional.
Yeah, Bo
it's
talked
not the
about
Lauder.
it.
The Lauder's
Not the Lauder style where
Yeah.
it's weird, but he talked about the compact, bringing the hands in. I'm not a baseball nerdy enough.
Remember, I've said
understand.
before, you're going to see all these young guys swing the same because everybody's teaching it the same. This is the swing of. This is how they're teaching it. I mean,
that looks normal.
Look at McGonigal. Him and Kevin McGonigal have almost identical swings, and this is the way that they are teaching youth today to hit today. So I don't think it's. I'm surprised he said that. I don't think it's unconventional at all. I think you're going to see more and more guys hitting like this.
You know, it's so funny. I was watching on Instagram.
It produces.
All I do is watch baseball memes, and they talk about the cliches, how guys go in the cage. It's like, yeah, I'm going in here working on something. Going the other way today.
Oh, that's real. Yeah. So like, I don't want to get too into the weeds, but like,
No, we got a few minutes. Get into the weeds here.
Well, there's the teacher man strategy, who is the old man in jeans, who's Aaron Judge's hitting coach.
Yeah.
And I've talked to major league players who roll their eyes at it. They're like, Aaron Judge makes Aaron Judge the hitter that he is, not teacher man in a pair of jeans. But teacher man's approach is he wants you to take the barrel of the bat and basically hit the catcher on the helmet.
Yeah,
with it.
like
It's a snap and then a pivot, and he's the only one that teaches that. And there's a lot of baseball guys who don't like that. He insists if you go watch Barry Bonds' swing, that's how Barry would swing. It's a snap and a pivot, whereas with a lot of the other guys and the way that they're teaching now, when you talk about bringing the hands in, you want to bring the knob of the bat right toward the ball. And one of the hitting drills that they do now is it give you like it's like a little tee, like a golf tee that you would use on a rubber mat, except it's bigger, and it's got a big circular part here, and you're just hitting the ball. They soft toss to you, and you hit the ball with that because it's teaching you to take the knob of the bat because you're trying to hit the inside of the ball. You keep your hands tight, you stay close, and you bring the hands in. But that's how, like, everybody is not everybody, a lot of academies and baseball facilities are teaching hitting the same way now. And there's the stride, there's the no stride, but it's bringing your hands to the ball, keeping your hands inside. Yep. So there's the teacher man, and then there's bring your hands to the ball and keep your hands inside the ball. And I think you're going to see more and more of these young hitters, the Connor Griffins, I haven't seen a lot of Griffin, I'll be honest, but like the McGonigal, the Bazzana, they all teach the swing the same way now. If you go look and watch the College World Series, a lot of the guys in the College World Series are swinging it the same way.
Yeah, I don't know why you go down a rabbit hole on Instagram when you start liking them, you just get them. But yeah, Jason, you're right. Like they talked about how 30 years ago in the 80s, basically your swing was something that
Julio Franco, Darryl Strawberry,
everybody,
Rod Carew,
and
everybody had a different. Eric Davis would almost stand upright. Like everybody had a different. Now a lot of them, at least to me, a lot of them look the same.
Yeah.
And even if they start in a funky spot, they get to the same spot at delivery.
And then we didn't have a bunch of people saying, I got to fix my swing. Back then, your swing was a swing. You weren't changing it up. It was just either you hitting the ball or you ain't.
And one of the other things that they teach now, go the other way, center, right, center. When we go to hitting lessons, every time it's hit the L screen, hit the L screen, hit the L screen, center, right, right, center. Rather than trying to pull everything, you're naturally going to pull. But if you sit center, right, center, and you work on just hit the L screen, just hit the L screen.
You stay on the ball a lot longer. You can see it a lot longer. Pulling the ball is a double-edged sword because it's intoxicating.
I got a question for you guys. Then we got 60-second trivia. When we